We're halfway through the season of Lent. Lent is a time to contemplate our sinfulness, to examine ourselves according to God's law, and to fall on Christ's mercy. And I know a lot of times we come to church and we listen to devotions to try to get something out of it. I want something that's going to directly apply to my life as I go to work, as I pick my kids up from school, as I'm sitting around the dinner table with my family. I want something that directly applies to me. And those conversations, those sermons, those devotions are great, and we need those in our lives. But there is a time and a place to just meditate on what Jesus has done for us, to ponder what he did and what he went through and why he did all of that for us. And then what that does mean for me on a major scale in my life. And so I want us to look at a section from Ephesians chapter 2. This is from the Apostle Paul, because he talks about what prompted God to do all of this. He says this: "But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in our transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved." During the season of Lent, we see what Jesus did for us. We see that Jesus was willing to go to the cross for us, that he was willing to die and then to rise again from the dead. These are important things that Jesus needed to do to save us. And he didn't do it because he saw some good in us. He didn't do it because he saw potential in us. He didn't do it because he thought there was just a little spark, just a little something in us that would spark some good. No, we were dead in our transgressions. There was nothing we could do. There was nothing about us that would really attract us to God. Yet God, because of his great love, showed us mercy in Christ. It was his love that prompted him to send his son. It was his love that prompted Jesus to suffer and to go to the cross for us. His love prompted all of those things, and his love prompts your salvation. You don't open the door and invite Jesus in. You don't accept Jesus into your heart. No, a dead man cannot do those things. But Jesus, because of his love, came and died on the cross for you. Jesus, because of his love, creates faith in your heart through grace. Not from yourselves, but it is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. This is all an act of God, and this is for our supreme comfort, that there is nothing that I could do, and I can only rely on God and his power to save me by his grace. And that's a good thing. Because when I sin, when I fall short, when I examine myself and find myself to be a sinner, I know that I can't do it on my own. If I was left on my own, I would ruin it all. Yet because of God's great mercy, because of God's great love, he has saved me. So as we walk through this continuation of this Lenten season, as we approach the Passion during Holy Week, take some time to just contemplate God's great love for you, what he has done for you, why he was willing to do these things for you, and what this means for you today. That because of God's great love, you have been saved. Because of God's great love, you have immense comfort knowing that it wasn't because of you, but it was because of God, who never changes and who is always faithful.